What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. About 4 days ago, TAEMIN released his new mini album and this title track, Guilty. Obviously, we've been exploring Shinee. We did hear his solo debut, and I mentioned to you guys that I did hear Advice before I started reacting. And I mentioned how impressed I was by that song and by that young man who I didn't know was TAEMIN, that I would find in Shinee at the time. And honestly, that song, Advice, is one of my favorite K-pop finds in this journey so far because it is just so creative. His performance was so great. The choreo, I've watched that choreo so many times in K-pop dance covers, and I just love it, right? So we'll see what he offers this time. I did watch the teasers for this, so it sounds like it's going to be nothing like Advice, which is fine, right? Doesn't have to be the same vibe. Obviously, they want to explore different things. So let's check this out. This is TAEMIN with Guilty. Okay, so it sounded like we were gonna get that male, dark, seductive, vibe. And yeah, that's interesting. Ooh, he sounds great. Oh. They stay in it. Okay, we'll talk about it after the chorus. Those strings really kick it in as well. Okay. Oh, wow, and he keeps going. Okay. Very interesting, because it feels like a very chill song, but it's totally opposite of a chill song. Well, the first thing that's striking me, that's giving it that vibe, is the time signature. Like, it's in 6/8. So it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 instead of the 4/4, the 4 count that we're used to hearing in K-pop. And I don't honestly remember if I've ever heard a K-pop in 6/8. So the time signature is cool because I don't think I've heard it in K-pop. I'm sure it's been done, but I can't think of a time that I've heard it. But that's not necessarily what's driving it for me, or what's making me feel a certain way about it. It's the fact that the count is very apparent in the strings, doom 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 doom. The melody, right? The plucks, also that hi-hat. It doesn't stop, right? And it's building tension. I think, and honestly, it's probably been tense from the very beginning. It also has an uneasing feeling, which is probably obviously what they were going for. But it also is one of those songs, and I'm gonna wait till I make till I come to a conclusion about this. But it feels very much like a song that's just gonna start and not stop until the end. Like, it's just gonna be vocals nonstop. But we'll see what happens. But so far, it's cool. It's definitely an experience. I just don't know how I feel about the song yet. So, all right, let's go back a little bit and let this, I guess, a rap section vibe in. And now the plucks take over. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, they're definitely going for feverish. And they're going for suffocating as well. Whoa, not even a break, so straight into the bridge. And the suffocating, and even the strings. That's the first time we've heard the instrumental by itself, but it still feels suffocating. Ooh. He sounds great. Wow. Car. What is it with male solo artists recently in cars in the video? Crashes and stupors. Interesting. Okay, let's let it finish. Okay, so the song, it's cool. It's definitely an experience. It's an experience I'm glad I had. Is it a song I would listen to? Probably not. It's, like I said, they did a very good job at creating that vibe, at least seemingly, right? What it felt like to me, which is like a suffocating, almost feverish type of vibe, right? What gets me though, and this gets me about certain songs that we found in K-pop. For instance, the way that some K-pop handles or some groups do K-R&B, right? Once the singer starts singing or the group starts singing, they don't stop until the very end, right? So when I'm hearing those songs, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right, I'm reading the lyrics. I'm like, okay, cool. But they don't let it breathe enough for what they're saying to actually sink in, right? It's just nonstop. So there was cool sections in it. I just would have liked a chance to be able to let that what he was actually saying wash over me a little bit, right? Let that instrumental take over. But obviously, that's what they wanted to do, and I think it's just a difference in sensibilities, right? We've heard this type of track from Korean artists before with that type of approach, and that's what they think is effective. It doesn't really affect me as much because I'm listening to them like, cool, man, I want to hear like what happened, like what did you go through? I want to know. But then it's like you ask somebody that, and they just talk for 30 minutes, and you're just like, oh, okay, I guess he really did go through something, but you don't get a chance to kind of interact with it. That's the way I kind of feel when the songs are like this, where it's just non-stop. So, but yeah, it's very interesting that it was in 6/8. It's I think the video and the song itself paired very well to pull off that vibe. And it's cool. I'm glad we experienced it. It's playlist. I just can't think of a time that I'd ever listened to it because, like I said, it does such a good job at evoking a feeling that if I'm just hanging around the house washing dishes, I don't know if I want to feel that tension, right? But it's definitely great to have him back, and I really enjoyed watching this. So if you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time. Peace.